This is more of whatever we have read. It's just putting all that in perspective to end. So it's nothing new, but just putting all together. So Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Vani
Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi
Shunnyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Shri
Jai
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nanda
Nityananda
Shri
Sri
Advaita
Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda
Vrinda
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jai. So before we start, just a recap. So Maharaj Parikshit started glorifying the clouds, rivers, the forest plants, then the bees, birds, deer and the does, then the cows, bulls, the animals, then all the Aborigine Sabra women, the tribe women. Now he has come to the cowherd boys, the Gopas. So moving forward, yes, Shri Gaurangi Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Oh, it's 121. Why was
21, yeah,
moving late?
121, yes.
1 second, Mataji. In this way, all the cowherd boys, having accumulated the results of pious activities for many lives, used to play with Krishna, who for impersonalist Gyanis is realization of the bliss of Brahman, who for devotees in eternal servitorship is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who for ordinary persons is but another ordinary child.
Yes, Amritanandini Mataji, please go ahead.
Yogis may undergo severe austerities and penances for many births. Yet, in due course of time, when these yogis attain the perfection of controlling the mind, they will still be unable to taste even a particle of dust from the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. What then can we describe about the great fortune of the inhabitants of Vrajbhumi, and with whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally lived, and who saw the Lord face to face? Commentary. The good fortune of the cowherd boys in being able to see Krishna face to face defies description. What to speak of how blessed they must be to be able to play with Krishna constantly. The cowherd boys and all the residents of Rajbhumi are the most fortunate beings in creation because they can look directly on the beauty of Krishna.
Jai. Gayatri Mataji, are you there? If not, then Priya Madhavi Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Sometimes Lord Krishna grew tired from fighting and lay down at the base of a tree, resting upon a bed made of soft twigs and buds, and using the lap of a coward friend as his pillow. Commentary. Text 123 through 125 are from Srimad Bhagavatam. Here, Sukadeva Goswami describes some of the service the cowherd boys did for Krishna while he rested in the forest.
Yes. Anita Mataji, are you able to?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Some of the cowherd boys, who were all great souls, free of all sin, would then massage his lotus feet, and others would expertly fan him.
Jai. Ritu Mataji, would you like to read today?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, all the Matajis. Danvat Pranam, Matajis. One minute, Mataji. My dear king, other boy would sing song appropriate to the occasion. The would and chant Krishna, and the heart of the boy would melt out of the love for him.
Jai. Sashikala Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. O learned Brahmana, Mother Yashoda's breast milk was sucked by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What past auspicious activities did she and Nanda Maharaj perform to thus achieve such perfection in ecstatic love?
Yeah, the commentary a little bit till
Yes, Mataji.
yeah, the first paragraph, if you could read.
Okay, Mataji. Okay. Commentary. Okay. Text 126 through 130 are dedicated to the supreme glories of Goparaja, Nanda, and his wife Sri Yashoda. After Shukadeva explains to Parikshit Maharaj the special way Krishna favored Mother Yashoda, Parikshit speaks the current verse, Bhagavatam 10.8.46, by showing the universal form and by displaying other exceptional pastimes, Krishna made himself known to all the Vrajavasis as the Supreme Lord. But then, to show his most extreme mercy, especially to his mother, he again covered her consciousness with his unique potency so that she could think of him only as her son. Thus, Krishna made the highest degree of pure affection pervade his mother's mind and all her senses.
Jai. So the highest position of Yashoda is again and again stressed that nobody can achieve that position. Vasantara Samataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Thereafter, O Maharaja Parikshit, best of the Bharatas, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead became the son of Nanda Maharaja and Yashoda, they attained perfectly fixed devotional love for him. And so also did all the other inhabitants of Vrindavana, the Gopas and Gopis.
So here in this explanation, it is said both Vasudeva and Devaki, they directly approached the Lord and Krishna for blessing. And Krishna gave the blessing that he will be their sons for 3 births. But Yashoda and Nanda prayed to Brahmaji, and Brahmaji gave the benediction that Krishna will be their son. So Krishna says, more than my blessing, my devotees' blessings are the highest. So Yashoda and Nanda got a higher benediction of enjoying Krishna's youth pastimes than Vasudeva and Devaki. Sirisha Mataji, are you there? Vallabi Gopi, are you there today?
Hare Krishna Mataji. O Maharaja Parikshit, best of the Kurus, Nanda Maharaja was very liberal and simple. On returning home from his trip, he at once took his son Krishna on his lap, and by formally smelling Krishna's head, he undoubtedly enjoyed transcendental.
So sweet. Neeta Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration and the flowers were falling from the braids of her hair. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. This verse and the next Bhagavatam 10.9.18-20 glorify Mother Yashoda, who is more advanced in Krishna consciousness than even Nanda Maharaja.
So this is the pastime of Krishna being bound. So Damodar pastime is very special. For all our devotional theories or practical example, this is the verse that we quote and the pastime where the 2 fingers short about our endeavor and the Lord's mercy. So it's very important pastime. Payal Mataji, are you there today? Payal Mataji, if not, then Richa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranams. Neither Lord Brahma nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who always seeks refuge at the chest of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. While describing the good fortune of Mother Yashoda, Srila Shukadev Goswami became more and more amazed, and the hairs of his body stood on end.
Jai. So, such glorious is Mother Yashoda's position. Neeru Mataji, are you there? Hare Krishna, Neeru Mataji. Anybody else joined and I did not? You would like to read and I didn't call your name. Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the bestower of many benedictions, including liberation or oneness with the Brahman effulgence. For that son of Devaki, the gopis always felt maternal love. They looked at him as if he were their own son, and Krishna, with full satisfaction, sucked the milk that by maternal affection flowed freely from their breasts. Therefore, one should never think that after leaving their bodies, they return to material existence, which arises as a result of ignorance. So here, the pastime of how in that 1 year Krishna became the cows and the calves, and also the boys, everybody of Vrindavan. So even every mother who wanted to feed Krishna as a mother was actually feeding Krishna in the form of her Krishna transformed into that Gopa and those calves. So that pastime is mentioned to say that how great position Krishna gave, like all their desires were completely satisfied to be mother for Krishna. Even the animals, all their kids were also Krishna actually.
Such a long commentary.
That motherly love, how he's reciprocating, is being so much explained here. Yes.
Yeah. The young gopis took the greatest pleasure in seeing Govinda come home, since for them even a moment without his association seemed like 100 ages.
This
Commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. In text 133 through 152, Parikshit Maharaj praises the supremely glorious gopis. He begins by quoting this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.19.16, in which Sri Bhadraini describes the gopis' ecstasy at seeing Krishna return home in the evening after saving his friends from a fire in the Munja forest.
That should be good, Mataji. So, like how, after the grazing and all that pastimes, how they are waiting, all that about the gopis. Now it's into the moving from Mother Yashoda, from Vatsalya Bhav to the next Premaras is going, Madhurya Bhav.
Their minds absorbed in thoughts of him, they conversed about him, acted out his pastimes, and felt themselves filled with his presence. They completely forgot about their homes as they loudly sang the glories of Krishna's transcendental qualities. Commentary. This verse, Bhagavatam 10.30.43, describes how the force of love for Krishna made the gopis forget everything else.
Yes. Jai. Gayatri Mataji, have you joined? If not, then Priya Madhavi Mataji.
Yeah. Is Gayatri Mataji not there, right? Okay. What austerities must the gopis have performed? With their eyes, they always drink the nectar of Lord Krishna's form, which is the essence of loveliness and is not to be equaled or surpassed. That lovingness is the only abode of beauty, fame, and opulence. It is self-perfect, ever fresh, and extremely rare. Oh my God.
Self-perfect, ever fresh and extremely rare. Hare Krishna. Mataji, just this first paragraph, Mataji.
Okay. Sorry, okay, Mataji. Commentary. Text 135 through 137. Bhagavatam 10.44.14, 16 are spoken by the women of Madura who watch Krishna as he enters Kamsa's arena to wrestle with Kanura. The ladies of Madura praise the gopis of Vrindavana because the gopis can always enjoy seeing Krishna and chanting his glories in all circumstances. Women's are women's. Jealous.
Yeah, so it's taken, all these verses are in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. The special verses are picked up to memorize our sequence of the glories of Goloka. Anita.
The ladies of Braj are the most fortunate of women, their minds fully attached to Krishna, their throats always choked with tears. They constantly sing about him while milking the cows, winnowing grains, churning butters, gathering cow's dung for fuel, riding on swings, caring for their crying babies, sprinkling the ground with water, cleaning their houses, and so on. Their minds are fixed on Krishna alone. Commentary. Even if in the course of Krishna's infinitely varied pastimes, the gopis are sometimes unable to see that most clever Krishna, they can remain submerged in an ocean of transcendental pleasure by chanting his glories. The gopis do not engage in Sankirtan only when circumstances are conducive. When performing special services for him, like making garlands, they chant his names and glories always in all situations.
That's how they are so special. Not just when the problem comes, not just when they're happy, but anything they do, even every chore that they are doing in the house, there is Sankirtan going on, Krishna Sankirtan. Jai.
When the young gopis hear Krishna playing his flute as he leaves Vraja in the morning with his cows or returns with them at sunset, they quickly come out of their houses to see him. They must have performed many pious activities to be able to see him as he walks on the road, his smiling face mercifully glancing upon them.
Jai.
I am not able to repay my debits for your spotless service. Even within a lifetime of Brahmana, your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all domestic ties which are difficult to break. Therefore, please let you on. Glorious that be your compassions. Um, Commentary. The verse Bhagavatam 10.32.22 describe the most accelerate position of the gopis earned by their pure love for the personality of Godhead.
This is the answer that Krishna gives, that your love, you can only be satisfied. I cannot repay you. Yeah. Yes, Vasantara Samataji.
Dear gentle Uddhava, go to Vraja and give pleasure to our parents, and also relieve the gopis suffering in separation from me by giving them my message. Commentary. Text 139 through 146 were spoken by Sri Krishna to his dear servant and best of advisors, Uddhava. What we say about another person when that person is absent usually indicates our true feelings more reliably than what we say in his presence.
Krishna is revealing his heart to Uddhava before sending him with that letter to please them. So that past him mentioned here. Yes, Sirisha Mataji.
The minds of those gopis are always absorbed in me, and their very lives are ever devoted to me. For my sake, they have abandoned everything related to their bodies, including ordinary happiness in this life and the religious duties needed for happiness in the next. Therefore, I take it upon myself to sustain those gopis in all circumstances.
So intimately, Krishna is revealing his heart to Uddhava, like how the gopis are so dear to him because of their complete surrender.
My dear Uddhava, for those women of Gokula, I am the most cherished object of love. Thus, when they remember me, who am so far away, they are overwhelmed by the anxiety of separation.
Jai. Richa Mataji.
Simply because I have promised to return to them, my fully devoted cowherd girlfriends struggle to somehow or other maintain their lives.
Neeru Mataji, are you there? Okay. The residents of Vrindavana, headed by the gopis, were always completely attached to me with deepest love. Therefore, when my uncle Akrura brought my brother Balaram and me to the city of Mathura, the residents of Vrindavana suffered extreme mental distress in separation from me and could not find any other source of happiness. So the next 4 verses recited by Parikshit Maharaj to his mother come from Krishna's discussion with Uddhava in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are from 10th canto, we are moving on to the 11th canto.
Dear Uddhava, all of those nights the gopis spent with me, their most dearly beloved, when I was present in Vrindavan, seemed to them to pass in less than a moment. But when bereft of my association, the gopis felt those same nights drag on forever, as if each night were equal to a day of Brahma. Here Krishna acknowledges the terrible agony the gopis endure on his account.
My dear Uddhava, just as great sages in yoga trance merge into self-realization like rivers merging into the ocean and are thus unaware of material names and forms, the gopis of Vrindavan were so completely attached to me within their minds that they could not think of their own bodies or of this world or of their future lives. Their entire consciousness was simply bound up in me.
Yes.
My turn, right, Mataji?
Yes, your
Can
turn.
I read Mataji? I joined.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
All those hundreds of thousands of women knowing me as their most charming lover and ardently desiring me that way were unaware of my actual position. Yet by intimately associating with me, they attained me, the supreme absolute truth.
Yeah, Krishna.
Among all persons on earth, these cowherd women alone have actually perfected their embodied lives, for they have achieved the perfection of unalloyed love for Lord Govinda. Their pure love is hankered after by those who fear material existence, by great sages, and by ourselves as well. For one who had tasted the narration of the infinite Lord, what is the use of taking birth as a high class Brahmana or even as Lord Brahma himself? Wow. Commentary. Text 147 through 152 were spoken by Sri Uddhava during his visit to Vrindavana.
This part is the what you say, the heart of Uddhava, where he's saying after hearing all this, the real perfection who attained, these gopis attained. And what is the use if we hanker to become Brahma or anybody else? Doesn't make any sense after hearing what is the highest perfection. So these gopis are the ones who have really attained what Jiva has supposed to attain, the love for Lord Govinda. Yes. So that's how he prays that I just want to be a blade of grass under their, somewhere in Vrindavan, not even directly, somewhere in that Vrindavan groves.
How amazing it is that these simple women who wander about the forest, seemingly spoiled by wayward behavior, have achieved the perfection of unalloyed love for Krishna, the Supreme Soul. Indeed, it is true that the Supreme Lord Himself awards His blessings even to an ignorant worshipper, just as the best medicine works even when taken by a person ignorant of its ingredients.
So this is a contrary, like another way of saying that they are so simple, still they are so close to Krishna. Like they have actually understood Krishna perfectly. So not that they are ignorant. It is just a way of Uddhava's, because of his intellectual level, he is using that words, but he's not meaning that literally. He's Brihaspati's student, so but he's feeling like with all my intelligence, actually I could not understand this, and these simple girls have actually understood, and they are really following what the Jiva soul should surrender in the right way. So he's actually amazed by their intelligence. Ritu Mati.
When Lord Sri Krishna was dancing with the beautiful gopis of Braja in the Rasa Leela, the gopi were embraced by the arms of the Lord. This transcendental flavor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or other consort in the spiritual world. Indeed, never was such a thing even imagined by the most beautiful girl in the heavenly planet, girl whom bodily luster and aroma resemble the beauty and fragrance of the lotus, and what to speak of worldly women who are very beautiful by uh, mundane's estimation. Yeah.
He's just bewildered how these gopis are so exalted. Yeah. Sashikala Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, first of all, like last time, Mataji, sorry, I think I should have waited for Ritu Mataji last time. I took over. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Okay,
that's okay,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. I'll go ahead. The gopis of Vrindavana have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to give up, and have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Krishna, which one should search for by Vedic knowledge. Oh, let me be so fortunate as to be one of the bushes, creepers, or herbs in Vrindavana, because the gopis trample them and bless them with the dust of their lotus feet.
Hare Krishna.
Commentary. By observing the glories of the gopis, by describing those glories in his own words, and by meeting the gopis in person, Uddhava is now completely absorbed in the gopis' special mood of loving Krishna. In this exalted state, he has now discovered his true heart's desire, which in this verse he prays to achieve as the final fruit of all the service he has done for Krishna. In his next life, he hopes to become any of the plants in Vrindavana who receive the dust from the gopis' feet.
So just another point, Krishna chooses Uddhava because he loves Uddhava so much. So he wants to show him the highest perfection of devotion. So that's how he's sending, not to send the letter, but for Uddhava to get the teachings from the gopis for what is the attainment of highest bhakti.
This must be so hard for Uddhavana Mataji, being intellectually situated so high, being in the company of Krishna, always knowing that he is favored, knowing that Krishna listens to him, then to agree to cowherd women whom, according to material things, is nowhere even close, and then to make such a
Yeah.
desire.
That's how I feel like Krishna did not give him a lesson. He sent him for practical.
Right,
He didn't
Mataji.
teach him.
Right,
He
right,
said,
right.
since you are so intelligent, you will go see and you will learn.
Mhm.
Yes, Vasant Rasa Mataji.
Although the goddess of fortune herself and Lord Brahma and all the other demigods have realized all their desires and are masters of yogic perfection, they can worship the lotus feet of Krishna only within their purified minds. But during the Rasa dance, Lord Krishna placed his feet upon these gopis' breasts, and by embracing those feet, the gopis gave up all sorrow.
So here the lotus feet of Krishna is being glorified. That same lotus feet where all of us take shelter is being pleased by the gopis serving the Lord so intimately. Yeah, they've got that attained what nobody else can attain. And in this explanation, a lot is being said how they were all the rishis. When Ramachandra was, they were attracted when the rishis saw Lord Ramachandra in the forest. They actually wanted to have conjugal relation with the Lord, and they couldn't. And they were said that they can join them in the Krishna Leela like that. So many even the wise sons of Agni took birth as women and obtained as their husband Lord Vasudeva. So all these were not ordinary souls. They were all very special devotees who became gopis in this lifetime. Sirisha.
Again and again, I offer my respects to the dust from the feet of the women of Nanda Maharaja's Kohad village. When these gopis loudly chant the glories of Sri Krishna, the vibration purifies the three worlds. Commentary. After thus taking great satisfaction from sweetly singing the glories of the gopis, Uddhava falls flat on the ground on the very path their lotus feet have touched. Picking up a speck of dust from the path, he places it on his head as if it were the rarest treasure in the universe. And after offering again his prostrate obeisance, he recites this final prayer.
Yes, so again and again, Uddhava is just amazed by their devotion.
Mataji, Uddhava would not know, right, that these are the same Raj Rishis and the same. No, na?
My dear gopis, what auspicious activities must the flute have performed to enjoy the nectar of Krishna's lips independently and leave only a taste of for us gopis, for whom that nectar is actually meant. The forefathers of the flute, the bamboo trees, shed tears of pleasure. His mother, the river on whose bank the bamboo was born, feels jubilation, and therefore her blooming lotus flowers are standing like hair on her body.
This is the only verse which talks about Srimati Radharani, and it is so hidden. None of us, her name is also not there. This verse is spoken by Srimati Radharani, and nobody else can even chastise the flute. So she's doing it, and more than this, there is no more mention. Then nobody is feeling qualified to mention about her anymore. So this is the hidden mention of Srimati Radharani, even in Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So that is her position. Hare Krishna. Yes, Richa Mataji.
Lord Sri Krishna, the ultimate resort of all living entities, is also known as Devaki Nandan or Yashoda Nandan, the son of Devaki and Yashoda. He is the guide of the Yadu dynasty, and with his mighty arms he kills everything inauspicious and every man who is impious. By his presence, he destroys all misfortune for all living entities, moving and inert. His blissful smiling face always increases the lusty desires of the gopis of Vrindavana. He may be all glorious and happy. Shri Parikshit Maharaj recited several verses of Srimad Bhagavatam to glorify generally and specifically the residents of Gokula. Now, to conclude properly and invoke auspiciousness, he glorifies the supremacy of the personality of Godhead by again repeating the words of his own spiritual master, Shukadev Goswami.
So after speaking about Srimati Radharani even in a hidden way, there is nothing anybody can speak anymore. So again, you have to come back only to Krishna to end. So this was the last verse glorifying the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna in Goloka. And now is the verse, just 1 or 2 verses to say thank you. So this is all the glories of Shri Krishna. Yes. Shri Janame Jaya said, I am all successful. I am all successful for you, O Lord, O spiritual master, have given me the opportunity to relish the secret glories of Goloka. King Janamejaya, having received from Jaimini Rishi everything he asked, is fully satisfied. He repeats himself, Kritarthosmi, out of extreme joy and the firm conviction that he has achieved his goal. Addressing Sri Jaimini, he uses the word Bhagavan because he reveres Jaimini, his guru, as equal to God and is grateful for the mercy Jaimini has shown him.
Sri Jaimini said, My dear boy, what you say is true. Anyone who hears or chants or meditates upon this narrative with devotion will achieve the abode of the Supreme.
Jai. This is just this first paragraph.
Yeah. Sri Jaimini is also very much satisfied to hear his disciples' words, filled as they are with pure spirit of prema. From what Janmejaya has said, Sri Jaimini can discern that this disciple has properly assimilated what he has heard. Thus, Jaimini answers him affectionately, calling him Tata, my dear boy.
Tata.
Tat? Tat, yeah.
My dear boy. So yes, Amritanandini Mataji, the last verse.
Obeisance to him, the son of the blessed king of the cowherds, who is always austere with causeless compassion, who on his own initiative impels his servants to develop devotion for him, and who then becomes fully satisfied, as if his duty were being very kind to him. Commentary. Coming to the end of his narration, Sri Jaimini Rishi remembers the supreme kindness of the personality of Godhead and offers at his feet this entire effort. Nirupadhi Kripa Kulya can be understood in two ways. Krishna is full of many different kinds of causeless compassion, Kripa Kula, or Krishna. Without any selfish motive, he is always keen to do something beneficial, Kripa Akula. Sri Jaimini calls Krishna the son of the king of the cowherds, either out of great respect or out of shyness. Since Jaimini now shares the mood of the gopis, he is shy to mention Nanda Maharaj, a respectable elder by name.
Just narrating this whole pastime, they have all joined the Gopi gang. So Jaimini is feeling shy to say Nanda Maharaj's name. How sweet. Gayatri Mataji, would you like to read the next paragraph if it's okay?
Krishna is the best of all spiritual instructors, both internally as the super soul and externally as a Vaishnava spiritual master. He bestows knowledge and everything else required for advancing on the path of devotional service.
Yes, Jai. You want to go ahead with this too? Oh my Lord.
O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science would not be able to fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Supersoul, to deliver the embodied living beings by directing him how to come to you.
So the Lord is taking so much efforts. He comes as our spiritual master and he also is there as our super soul guiding us all along. Priya Madhvi Mataji, would you be able to read?
Sure, Mataji. I was worried it's going to be done. Whatever Jaimini has spoken to Janamejaya, therefore, has been inspired by Krishna, either directly or on the strength of instruction imparted by Krishna's representative, the spiritual master. Thus, it is fitting for Jaimini to offer the fruits of his labor to Krishna, the supreme soul, because Krishna is the most compassionate friend of all living beings and is their original spiritual master. Krishna, without regard for spiritual qualifications and abilities, tried to engage everyone in devotional service to him. He tries to engage all the senses of everyone in devotional practices, beginning with hearing and chanting of his glories. And when he sees some positive response from a conditioned soul, Krishna becomes extremely pleased. He then showers all favors on the candidate for his service. The gratitude is mutual, just as people in general are satisfied with someone who significantly helps them. All of Krishna's devotees are ever thankful to the Lord. And when Krishna sees his devotees practicing devotional service, he considers them his most gracious benefactors.
Wow. Anita Mataji, would you like to end this part?
Yes, Mataji. To end the Dig Darshini commentary on Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Srila Sanatan Goswami offers this prayer. Swayam pravartitai krishnai mame tal likha nishramai Shrimak Chaitanya Rupa Sau Bhagavan Priyatam Sada. May the Supreme Lord in his form of Sri Chaitanya, who personally made me take up the labor of this writing, be always pleased. The Lord renounced by the name Chaitanya is Shriman, the professor of all divine opulences. He is Lord Krishna himself appearing as the son of Sachi Devi. Or Srimas Chaitanya Rupa can refer to the most fortunate servant of Lord Chaitanya.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That's okay, Mataji. Srila Rupa Goswami describing Srila Rupa Goswami as Bhagavan. Srila Rupa Goswami describing Srila Rupa Goswami as Bhagavan is appropriate according to this definition of the terms. Mataji, would you like to read this? I'm not good enough.
Ayatim niyatim chaiva bhutanam agata gatim veti vidyam avidyam cha sa vachyo bhagavan iti.
Thank you. One is called Bhagavan, who knows the future and fortune, the birth and rebirth, the ignorance and enlightenment of all beings. Thus, both to the Lord and to that best of Vaishnavas, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan offers his respects. Thus, and the 7th chapter of part 2 of Srila Sanatan Goswami's Brihad Bhagavatamrita entitled Jagad Ananda, the bliss of the worlds.
This is very important, the ending actually. Thank you so much, Matajis. This ending actually emphasizes, if you remember our Mangalacharan prayer, Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Chaitanya Manobishtam. That is, I offer my humble obeisances and to, how does it start? Rupa Goswami, who has understood the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he has manifested, please give me shelter. So that verse is actually taking shelter of Rupa Goswami, who has understood the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and who is moving forward with this movement. So we all are Rupanugas, following in the footsteps of Rupa Goswami. So here Sanatan Goswami is the elder brother of Rupa Goswami, but he's calling him Bhagavan. Even Rupa, the older brother is calling the younger brother is Bhagavan, equivalent to the Lord, because he has understood the desire of the Lord completely. So, and that's how Charitamrita is PhD. Even though we have got so much conclusions from Bhagavatam, the conclusion in the form of Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and ultimate conclusion is all about understanding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. who has come to freely distribute this love. And this whole thing, the practicality, we will understand when we hear our Chaitanya Charitamrita classes by Yugal Kishore Prabhu on Wednesdays that he's giving. That is what the mood that Mahaprabhu, coming in the mood of Srimati Radharani, showing us how to live our life as Lord Krishna wants us. So if we didn't understand anything, absolutely fine. Or if we understood and we got confused, that is also fine. All clarification will come when we hear Chaitanya Charitamrita. So thank you all so much. We'll end here for reflections, thoughts.
Thank you, Mataji. Amazing book reading.
This is so sweet, right? We never thought of understanding the Lord to so much extent, his house, his place, and his heart. It took a toll, but everybody stuck with each other, and we somehow, with Lord's mercy and Prabhupada's mercy, we came through here. Jai.
Yeah.
Any other reflections, Mataji's?
Mataji, we should read it again.
I would love to, but we'll take a break in between.
Yeah.
Start again, yes. But hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita actually helped a lot that Prabhu is giving. And that, what is the other one, Mataji? The Siksha, no.
Mana Shiksha.
Mana Siksha.
Mana Shiksha.
That is also helping a lot, the Saturday classes. And in general, the perspective of any class now I'm hearing is so different than what it used to be before. That itself is being so thankful. Yes, Mataji, anybody wants to glorify the Lord, the book, the author, you are free to do so.
Haribol Mataji, like for me, it is like so nice to hear about Goloka Mataji. Like all these days, like I've heard, like many other things, like like about anything about Krishna or anything about chanting, or like, I mean, I'm just speaking in general. So I have heard about all this, but this is the first time like I really got deep into Goloka, which is very, very sweet. Yeah, I'm also sharing all this with my family members, so it's a wonderful experience, Mataji, like just to to read about Goloka Vrindavan, how it is and how Krishna reciprocates to his devotees. The moment he sees us in Goloka Vrindavan, coming back to him, like how, he saw Gopakumar coming to him, like he just fell down in trance. So that was, very, very touching, like how Krishna is waiting for all of us to be back to him. He's eagerly waiting for us, and as soon as he sees us, like he's also in trance, so he's eagerly waiting for us. That is very touching for me, Mataji. Thank you.
Yes, hope giving. Yes.
Yeah, Mataji, it's nice.
So
Very
we'll
nice.
end here. Yeah, if no other reflections, we will just meditate and just reflect in our own heads. And tomorrow, Gita Jayanti, thankful that all these, the whole sutras Krishna personally has given in those Bhagavad Gita shlokas will come together and read together. It will be really wonderful as an offering to the Lord. Jai. Vanchakalpatarupyascha.
Hindu evacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha.
Anantakoti Vaishnavi Vrand ki
Jai.
Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Brihad Bhagavatamrita ki Jai.
Jai.
Nathan Goswami ki Jai.
Jai.
और प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
Hari Bol.